Hi. So I've been in counseling for a good portion of the past 8 years. And while I initially went in to deal with infidelity, it was like I was an onion, and layer by layer, things were peeled back and exposed. So as I watched the counseling videos, everything felt very familiar, just as I imagined, except for the proximity of the counselor and the client. Now, that may have been done for video purposes. I'm not sure, but I did not sit that close to my counselor, and I don't know if initially I would have felt comfortable almost knee to knee with my counselor until maybe just some rapport had been established. So, if not for video purposes, that closeness would be uncomfortable for me and not what I have experienced. Um, in reading the chapters, I saw a huge emphasis on empathy. I like that. I like how they refer to it as the umbrella skill, that this is going to encompass everything else. Other skills discussed were the warm attitude, a genuine self, and a spirit filled character. And having a spirit filled character just reinforces that concept that you've got to know what God's word says. You've got to be learning what God says about situations, spending time in God's word, spending time in prayer, praying over your clients, regardless of their situation and what they may be bringing to your session. I saw some evidence based techniques. They were feeling with the client. There was a lot of head nodding, a lot of saying, I understand. And they saw things that the clients maybe weren't yet seeing in themselves. I definitely saw both counselors use a solar model in the way they were in that relaxed position, the way they were making eye contact. They definitely used patience and letting their clients kind of have that pause, that awkward pause as they looked for the words that they wanted to use and share. I think either counselor would be a good fit for me. My positive counseling experiences have been with females, and I might be more comfortable with a female, but they were warm, they were genuine, they showed empathy and understanding for their clients. The clients appeared relaxed, and they appeared very comfortable sharing and working on their goals with the counselor. So I think either would be a good fit. The question for me would be, in both videos, neither counselor took notes. I would have to take notes. Again, I don't know if that was just for the video, but I don't know if taking notes is not acceptable, if it would be distracting, or if it's a counselor preference. But I would want notes to look back on before the client came back to the next session. Maybe I could jot down things to pray for that client. Also, in the first video, the client kept saying she was frustrated and overwhelmed, and I wanted to explore that a little more. Maybe that's for a later session, but I just wanted to unpack that a little more. Like, I wanted to ask, who put those expectations on you of being perfect? Did she, family members? Was she overwhelming herself simply because she couldn't handle the expectations she had put on herself? So I wanted to explore that further.